Brickternet, and welcome to Brick Theory, the show where I don't get paid anything. Today's theory is on a fan-favorite series that I don't think has enough recognition. It is Rush Studios' The Malcolm Show. And I totally did not write a school essay on The Malcolm Show, because I glaze Rush. But today I am talking about The Malcolm Show Season 2, because Malcolm over here really likes his show. And, as you all may have seen by Rush's very clever April Fool's video, you could see him saying, "I'm bored." And then Omni-Man grabs him and asks him, what will he have in 500 years? He says Fortnite videos, and then Omni-Man says, I'm omning it. This, as a little teaser to the next episode, provides me with a bit of evidence for a theory. But let's get on with this theory. So, my theory is that the random will be the next contestant of The Malcolm Show, which has already been said by Rush in his post about The Malcolm Show Season 2, Episode 1, The Random. But that's not all of it. One piece of my theory states that in this episode, we will see more about The Random. As you may know, in Season 1 of The Malcolm Show, we were teased to this man named The Random in Season 1, Episode 4, NBA, sorry. And he seems to be serving Evil Rush, which is just a Rush variant if you haven't seen in, like, the first episode, blah, 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 blah. And then in the finale, we see Malcolm, NBA, and his team infiltrate the LVA. In it, you could see they steal the Paradox box, which is in Shades Eclipse. I think that the episode will take place before Eclipse. The reason I think that is because of looking in Shades Eclipse, you could see that Malcolm and Rush are friends, sort of. I do not think that they will be friends in The Malcolm Show Season 2, because at the end of Season 1, there was no real, friendship between them. So they don't magically become friends in Shades Eclipse. Even though Malcolm does summon Rush, and Rush doesn't really want to be around him, I still feel like that will go through into Season 2. Another reason I feel like this takes place before Shades Eclipse is because Matrick. Matrick is not seen in what looks to be the thumbnail of the episode or any promotional images. You could see him in this one shot of him above the Paradox box, but this is the same suit from the end of Shades Eclipse, Part 1, Dawn. I think it's Part 1. I bet it is. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. So, I don't think that the episode would take place in between two parts of Shades Eclipse, because, it just wouldn't make sense for the story. I think the reason Rush is putting it in the middle is to give some sort of story towards the characters. Maybe giving a backstory for, the Random, showing some progression in Malcolm's character arc from a violent villain into now a hero. I don't know. But my true theory is that The Malcolm Show Season 2, Episode 1, will consist of 3 different contestants, one of them being Omni-Man, as seen in the April Fool's sort of short teaser thing, which I think was actually just teasing the trailer. The next 2 are going to be a bit harder to think. I think one of them is going to be NBA's original character. I forgot the name. I will put it on screen. Sorry, NBA. All because if you look in one of the images that Rush posted, he puts a little mention of NBA, and then he shows 2 characters. And I think since it would make sense that since NBA is there, and NBA's been prominent in Rush's series, that NBA's character will be in it. Another thing I think will happen in the episode is that we'll get more lore on The Malcolm Show in general. in season 1, we don't know much about the show. We know it's Malcolm's show. It's in the realm of entertainment. But what is the realm of entertainment? Who made it? Who is Milo truly? Who is the random? Does he have a name? Does he have a backstory? We don't know. I feel like this episode, instead of focus on the fighting, is going to be more of the storyline aspect coming off of season 1, episode 5. Also, in looking at the sneak peek's thumbnail, it just says episode 6. The thumbnail. It's not like it says season 2, episode 1. It just says episode 6, which leads me to believe that instead of watching this in sort of season order, is a continuation off of the season 1, episode 5, and that these go right hand in hand with each other, and after season 2 of The Malcolm Show, we will have Shades Eclipse. Now, I don't know how much time has been between the two parts of Shades Eclipse. I don't know how many Malcolm Show episodes are going to be there. I'm just thinking that Malcolm is going to enhance his story a bit more before Shades Eclipse Part 2. Also, one more thing. In the images we've seen from Malcolm, or from Rush about Malcolm, we have seen Malcolm in something reminiscent of his original suit from episode 1. I think this poses the question of what happened to Malcolm. As you see throughout season 1 of The Malcolm Show, he goes from this reddish gold to a green color. This almost shows his growth from red being evil to green being good, as I like to see it. Or the gold being more like greedy or selfish to green being like peace. Now he's back to the red and gold suit. So maybe after he took the paradox box, the reason he couldn't go into it in Shades Eclipse was because he already used it to get his greed. Maybe his whole goal is greed on expanding his show. But hey, that's just a theory. A brick theory. Thanks for watching.